please come in. But surely appreciate it here at 100 Yards of Football. Well, the game of the day in Jerry's world, Arlington, Texas. Man, what a feeling that's got to be, being a former Arkansas Razorback. I attended the school from 1978 to 1981. And you playing in a stadium that the alum is Jerry Jones, who was part of that 1964 national championship team with Jimmy Johnson. It's special. But I'm going to start with the Razorbacks coming into this football game. First and foremost, with their 16th ranking in the top 25, I want to give much love to the head coach, Sam Pittman. In a year and a half, you'll change the whole landscape of the University of Arkansas football program, my man. You got them back to playing hard-nosed, hit you in the mouth, offensive line. I'm going to run it at you all day, hog football. See, it's something that Arkansas people don't understand. It's one of them states, it's a real small state like Tennessee and Mississippi, but it's something in the water. And remember this, I attended school in that school up in the Northwest Mountains of Arkansas. And when you played the Razorbacks back in the day, that's what you got. And I like what they're doing right now. Being able to run the football, 847 yards on the year. They got 5 people over 100 yards rushing. 5. They're averaging almost 6 yards a pop. They offensive line, I'm going to go on and say it, Marion Cunningham, Ty Clark, Dalton Wagner, might be the best offensive line I've seen after 3 weeks of college football. And they shocked the world in the way they beat number 15 Texas at the time, getting 330 yards on the ground and beat them convincingly 40-15. And then you look at the defensive side of the ball. Hard-nosed Bumper Pool, 30 was on the year. I think one of the top 3 defensive players in the country right now, Jalen Catlin, Hayden Henry. Jalen Catlin, 28 tackles on the year. Hayden Henry, 24 tackles on the year. Grant Morgan, 8 tackles in the country. Barry Odom. This is a serious Arkansas football team. But what makes this football team click? And I want to see how he play on Saturday, because I think this is going to be a moment that this young man from Southeast Mississippi, A.J. Jackson, he had 366 yards passing against Georgia Southern last week, 3 touchdowns. He's almost 68% passer. I want to see how he's going to play on a big stage. And if he plays well, the Hogs are going to roll over the Aggies. And, man, this game is so special. It goes back. When I was in college at the University of Arkansas from 78 to 81, the Razorbacks never lost to the Aggies. Never. And I think about all those great players who was back in. Billy Ray Smith, Gary Anderson, Tom Jones, James Tolbert, Darrell Bowles, Trent Bryant, Bobby Duckworth, Jerry Eckwood, Jimmy Walker, Dan Hampton. Hog Nation is riding. I'm sorry. I'm excited. All these other fan bases, Clemson, Georgia. Y'all passionate about y'all fan base? I got to be passionate about the Razorbacks now. And I think on Saturday going in Nigeria, I think with the quarterback we got, KJ Jefferson, I think we're going to be very serious taking on a very good Aggie football team. And before I move on back to Texas A&M Aggies, KJ Jefferson, like I say, he's from the state of Mississippi. And as I always tell people, when you get football players or any athlete from Mississippi, it's something in the water. Lance Alworth, Lynn Barney, Archie Manning, Brett Favre, Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, Leslie Frazier. I'm going to go to other sports. Desi Dean, that's right, baseball. Cool Papa Bell, Alex Burks, Eric Dampier in basketball, Spencer Haywood in basketball, Harvey Catchings in basketball, Antonio McNice, Monte Ellis in basketball. And if you want to go entertainment, James Earl Jones and Morgan Freeman. It's something in the water in Mississippi, and KJ Jefferson has proven to y'all. At the quarterback position, he might be as being one of the best in the nation right now. And another thing about Mississippi, they're so proud of the man under the center for the University of Arkansas. My mother and father from the state of Mississippi, and both of them still living right now. Inez at 82, Chester at 84. Now I'm going to move over to the Texas A&M Aggies. No disrespect. Jimbo Fisher, when he took the job, he said he was going to make the Aggies a top 5 program. And he's done that. And I love their defense. I think they have the best defense in the country, giving up only 5.7 points a game. They've only given up 17 points. They got 10 sacks on the year. And last weekend they went on New Mexico. One stat that stuck out for me was this right here. They held the Lobos in the second half with no first downs, and they had 54 yards in the second half of New Mexico. And they had 11 tackles for loss. So their defense is why the Aggies are the number 5. Excuse me. I don't know. They rating in the top 10 right now. And right now, DeMarvin Leal is in the country. Clemens is right there with him. Anderson Hainsforth is a great football player. Jalen Jones is a good football player. DeMonte Richardson is one of the best strong safeties. But however, if the Aggies are going to win on Saturday against the Hogs, their offense has got to be special. A sighting for Isaiah Spitler, one of the best running backs in the country right now. No question about it, 250 yards on the year. Jalen Wallermeyer, one of the best tight ends, probably a top 20 NFL first-round pick in the 2022 NFL draft. But Zach Carras, I hope I ain't butchered his name. I'm going to spell his name, Calcada, at the quarterback position. He's got 458 yards on the year passing. But he's got to be special on Saturday. He's got to make plays. And the Aggies are a team similar to Arkansas. They're about all that grind, line of scrimmage, pounding the football, and the quarterback play has got to be real, real good on Saturday. So that's why I'm taking KJ Jefferson and the Arkansas Razorbacks. The young man has played very well this year. And the only thing that I really had a concern with, could he develop as a passer? Well, last week he proved me right. 366 yards, 3 touchdowns. And he proved to me he can make plays in the passing game. So when you look at this great game, Texas A&M and Arkansas, the history goes all the way back. All the great players, the A&M, let me give you love to Pat Thomas, Lester Hayes, Gary Kubiak, Charlie Kruger, Jack Pardee, Jacob Green, Ray Childress, and Kevin Smith. And then when you look at the Arkansas Razorbacks, you got to look at, as I mentioned before, Jerry Jones, Jimmy Johnson, Brad Switzer, one of the best college football coaches of all time, Frank Broyles. Oh, my God. Gary Anderson, Jerry Eckwood, William Hampton, Jimmy Walker. It's going to be the Hogs and the Aggies on ATT Stadium. In my score, I'm looking at a close football game. 20-17 Arkansas. So get your popcorn ready at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time here in the Metro Atlanta area, because you're going to see a good football team. So my final words, as I describe the game of Arkansas Razorbacks and the Texas A&M Aggies. One more time, I'm particularly in the score. Arkansas 20, Texas A&M 17. You know I got to do it. And special thanks to my producer, Mr. Logan Landers. Let me get it on. See, it's something about Arkansas that's different than any college football fan base in the world. Georgia has that little call. They say, sick 'em dogs. The Aggies have the 12th man. USC has the horse, I think his name's Challenger, but it's nothing special when you're able to go into the state of Arkansas and you on that hill in Northwest Arkansas and you getting ready to call the Hogs. You know I got to do it. Ooh, pig, swing. Ooh, pig, swing. Ooh, pig, swing. Razorbacks. Dun, 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 dun. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Y'all have a blessed week and enjoy the game on Saturday. Arkansas, Texas A&M 17. I'm Vincent Turner on 100 yards of football.